Good afternoon, this is MetLoop meteorologist Nancy Koslick here with an update on today's forecast. We're continuing to watch plenty of moisture make its way through the west coast this afternoon. We've got everything from high mountain snow to rain showers to a few thunderstorms beginning to develop for portions of California this afternoon. We're also tracking an area of activity right now extending through mainly Tennessee and back down into the very northern portions of Georgia, where we're seeing some rather strong thunderstorms starting to develop, and that's thanks to a little frontal boundary that's still draped across the country this afternoon. So basically what we're looking at right now is that low pressure area that we were tracking this time yesterday, right around the Missouri and Illinois line, has moved its way to the east this afternoon, and that frontal boundary that's associated with it is continuing to drape across the country. Now, where this boundary is coming into contact with, of course, that warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, we're starting to see some development of some rather strong thunderstorms out here, and of course we've got a lot of heat out there this afternoon as well that's really helping to fire these things up. Notice right where toward the end of this loop we see that little thunderstorm in Tennessee begin to really blow up. It's entering that area of much warmer air, the 70s and lower 80s. So again, this afternoon we are looking for the possibility of some severe thunderstorms continuing through portions of Tennessee, northern Alabama, and northern Georgia as well. Now, you can see exactly where that frontal boundary is draped based on those temperatures this afternoon. Of course, to the south, we're seeing very warm 80s, maybe a few of the upper 70s, but very close to 90 degrees for some of us. And to the north of the boundary, we're still seeing the 50s and 60s with, of course, very much cooler temperatures as you head your way a little further to the north. Now, a little closer look at this area, you can see exactly where those storms are beginning to develop. Once again, we are looking for the most significant weather really lying from Tennessee back down into the northern portions of Alabama and Georgia. Again, some of these are already developing out here, so we are looking for the possibility of some large hail, damaging winds, and we can never rule out tornadic activity as well. For the west coast, we are looking for a little bit of thunderstorm activity for here as well, mainly down in the valley, and this is going to be mainly general thunderstorm, but we could see some small hail embedded in some of these as they make their way through. Not quite to the extent that we're going to see for Tennessee and Georgia this afternoon, but again, for California especially, we are going to see some pretty strong thunderstorms for the rest of today. Here's a look at what to expect for the rest of this afternoon and through the overnight hours tonight. We will continue watching that area of very strong thunderstorm activity making its way through portions of Tennessee, northern Georgia, eventually the Carolinas before heading its way out toward the coast heading into tomorrow morning. Now, keep in mind that these thunderstorms can be very, very strong for the rest of today and into tonight, and we're looking for the possibility of large hail, damaging winds, and we can never rule out tornadic activity as well. So if you live in this area of the country, please be very, very cautious and pay close attention to the weather situation for the rest of today. Now elsewhere, things are going to stay fairly quiet except for, of course, the west coast where we're continuing to see that upper level low. You can really see towards the end of this loop how it starts to make its way a little closer to shore of the Pacific Northwest. This, along with its associated frontal boundary, will continue to push its way to the east, causing, of course, all of that wet weather from Washington all the way through down into the southern portions of California. And again, we will continue to see the possibility of a few thunderstorms for the central portions of California, as well as that higher elevation snowfall, which can make things extremely slippery heading out into tomorrow morning. So please be careful on that morning commute. As a heads up, we are tracking another possibility of a severe weather threat that's going to be making its way through portions of the U.S. to end the work week. We're looking for this to be Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday, beginning around the Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska area and tracking its way to the east, eventually making its way into the southeast, heading into the very beginning parts of the weekend. So of course we will continue keeping an eye on this developing threat and keep you informed over the next couple of days as we get a little bit closer to the end of this week. As always, you can receive more of your weather information on our Facebook page as well as Twitter and metloop.com. Thank you very much for watching this afternoon. Stay safe and have a great day.